Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Mr.BuyTheDip back here with another video. I'm going to talk about Uber, and this is going to be a fun video, okay? Because right after this, I'm going to post basically a trend analysis on how Uber is in the uptrend right now, and basically just talking about how to spot Uber as a buying opportunity and when to buy it, okay? Why Uber is a buy. Now, I'm titling this video Buy Uber, okay? And this is for my Cash App Robinhood investors, or if you're in any brokerage looking to buy Uber, okay? This stock has a lot of market share, first of all. Okay, the market cap is about $200 billion. This is a well-known company. You talk about its competitors. You got Waymo, you got Lyft, Robotaxi's a thing now, okay? So you got to keep these things, keep these things under your radar, okay? Lyft, I'm not saying Lyft is a bad buy, but I'm saying if you want to go for a safer route, watch what I'm saying now. If you want to go for a safer route, look into Uber. Okay, Uber is a buy if you're more of a safer investor and you want to dump 10,000, 20,000 in here. Let me show you something. You can also swing trade the stock and make quick profit. Okay, we talk 3% on $10,000, guys. That is $300, $400 on a $10,000, or you can make 30, 40, 50 on 500 day in and day out. You can get $300, $400, $600 on 10,000 on your investment by just swing trading. But if we're talking about a long-term to mid-term side, I see this going to 102. Okay, I'm always clear about my price levels. Uber is going to go to 102, and after that, it's going to go to 105. Look at this right now. Okay, look at the drop off and look how quickly they recover. Okay, strong fundamentals. I always look at the fundamentals of a company. You do not invest if you don't know what the company is doing. So Uber is no longer just a rideshare app, okay? It's a diversified platform. A business has to be diversified for me to even consider it. And for example, NVIDIA is not just in the gaming space. They're in the data center space, AI space. They're doing collaborations. Now, NVIDIA, as we're speaking about NVIDIA, right? They're collaborating with Intel. Guys, you don't just invest in one company because of one reason. I mean, yeah, sure, if that thing is really in demand, you could. But at one point, you got to be able to say, oh, yeah, we're working with AI, but we're also working with GPUs, CPUs, and we're investing in a company like Intel. That's what NVIDIA is doing. That's what Uber is doing, okay? They have the rideshare, then they have Eats, and they're improving their margins over and over again with their membership programs, okay? You could be a member. If you don't have a car, you need a ride, you could be a member. And monthly, you start paying monthly fees on Uber, and they're generating a lot of cash through that, okay? Profitability growth, okay? Now, consistently hitting positive free cash flow and improving operating income. What does this mean? So when we talk about fundamentals of a company, okay, by the way, this stock is on Cash App as well. If y'all Cash App investors are looking to buy this, I would say under $93 is a buy, okay, up 4% today. So a lot of times when you look at a company and you don't know what to look at, what fundamentals do I look at? Well, first of all, what is their net income? Okay, how much is their operating margin? What is their profit after expenses? I love that line right there. So what does a company bring me, okay, or bring in after their expenses? For example, let's say Uber does $900 million in a quarter. A quarter is 3 months, okay? There are 4 quarters in a year, okay? 12 divided by 3, right? There's 4 quarters in a year. So let's say in quarter 3, Uber brings in $900 million, okay? I want to see after that revenue is everything combined, okay? The sales taxes, the inventory price. So I want to see how much do they bring after all of that. So I did the dirty work for you guys, okay? And Uber brings a good amount of money after that. So after the expenses, they're bringing good amount of money, and then they're doing buybacks as well. So this company knows how to move with their capital. A lot of times companies make this type of money, but they fall off because they don't have other ways to generate cash. Okay, so that is another metric that I really like to look at, is free cash flow operating margin. If you look at NVIDIA's operating margin, you see 56. If you look at something like Walmart, you'll see a lower profit operating margin, but that's only because Walmart doesn't get a lot of profits on their products because they're cheaper. Their motto is buy products for cheaper. So they're not going to have a big profit percentage. Uber and NVIDIA, on the other hand, or something like an AMD, you're going to see higher numbers in that, okay? So market leader. We got to talk about competitors, first of all, okay? For example, Walmart, Costco, Kroger, okay? You talk about NVIDIA, we got NVIDIA, Taiwan Semiconductor. You talk about Uber, you got Uber, Lyft, Waymo, Tesla. Watch what I say, guys. Tesla is definitely in the conversation. When we talk about robotaxi, Tesla is looking to expand to that level as well. Okay, but I need you to look at Tesla. Tesla is very volatile, man. You can make so much money trading options day to day, week to week, month to month. You can make so much money with Tesla. Long term, would I invest in Tesla? It's a bit too volatile for me. I'll be honest. I don't like my long term stocks to be that volatile unless it's something like a tech stock, for example, NVIDIA. But Tesla, I mean, when I think about Tesla, you guys, I'm thinking about the car. Okay, I'm thinking about their car. I'm not really thinking about you know them being a self-driving robo-taxi type of thing. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of the robo-taxi thing itself, but that demand could increase. I wouldn't get in a car if I don't see a driver, for example. That's just me though, right? But that demand could increase. To play it safe, I would get Uber, okay? So I would get Uber, then I would play options on Lyft. Guys, I have did this over and over again. Okay, I told you, buy a Lyft call option. I called it out, I bought it, and I made profit off of that. I'm not saying don't invest in Lyft, but I'm telling you how to move with your money. As y'all can see, Lyft $20 call expiring 2027. I made $85 on this. I'm not saying don't invest in Lyft, but realize if you want to be a long-term holder, should you buy Uber or Lyft? Uber, 100%. Now, if you're a more riskier long-term holder, let me rephrase that. If you're a riskier long-term holder, I would say get into Lyft, okay? Because Lyft can go to $40, it can go to $45 in the matter of a couple years. You can double your money just like this. If you want to have a safe wall to lean on, you don't have to worry about your money being too crazy, I say get into Uber, okay? Because Uber is already well-known, it's established, it's been around for a good amount of time. 5 years, we're up 164%. And I see the stock going 130, 135 by 2027 for sure. Okay. Now, Eats expansion. Now, food delivery and grocery delivery remain high growth segments. Again, people are lazy, right? You're going to get those Uber Eats orders a lot. And those drivers on Uber Eats, you have to realize, Uber has Uber and Lyft, all these DoorDash, they have one of the best things. They don't have to spend on cars. Watch what I'm saying now. They do not have to spend on cars. These are drivers that are signing up, and within 2-3 days, they're signing up on DoorDash, signing up on Uber Eats to be drivers. Uber does not have to pay for cars, and that is where they're saving a lot of money. I'm saying over millions of dollars, that's where Uber is saving, just because they don't have to spend on cars. I want you to think about this, okay? If somebody says, oh, yeah, I'm an Uber driver. Did Uber pay for their car? No, they didn't. That's a car that the driver brought to Uber and saying, oh, I'll deliver for you and you can keep all the tips. And Uber's like, okay, just go ahead and, do this orders for me. That's basically what's happening. So let's say each car is even $10,000. We got 50 drivers. Look at how much money they're saving, guys. They're saving over millions of dollars in costs because they don't provide cars. You got to bring your car to the table, then we can talk, right? I love that about Uber. I love that about Lyft. I love that about the rideshare business. These companies, they don't provide, everything is off the phone. You get the delivery, go drop it off, boom, okay? Now, buyback potential. I also love this. With cash flow strength, Uber can reinvest in expansion while rewarding shareholders. So I love when companies do buybacks. It shows how confident they are, right? And usually billion-dollar buybacks is happening with these type of companies, and Uber is one of those. We see these buybacks with NVIDIA. We see them with Walmart. We see them with Uber. Big-time companies always do these things, and Uber is also part of that. I just gave you guys, I'll say 3 main reasons why I'm buying is, first of all, the expenses. They don't have as many expenses, but then they have strong fundamentals, all right? And then they have the market dominance already. And there's more growth. You can make 20 to 25% on your money in a year. If you're trading with, I only got 3 shares in here. But when we drop lower at 92, again, I'm going to eyeball this. And below 92.47, I'm going to throw in another 100. Then we go lower, I'm going to throw in another 100. Okay, I'm looking at average down with $200 and play options on the side on Uber. I might buy a $95 option call if we go all the way down to $90 and flip that in a couple days, make $60 from the options, but also have my shares in here loaded up waiting for $105. My price target is not going to move. I told you guys, I can look at this being at 105, but then 110 is going to come. Am I going to sell at 105? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. What I will tell you this is this stock can go to 120 in 2027. This stock can go to 130, speaking of 2026, 2027, for sure. Like, I don't see a reason why they wouldn't. Yeah, they're going to come back down and fill some of these gaps. For example, when we see a big gap up to 97, they're going to come back down. Look at this as a mountain. I will say this all the time. It's a mountain peak, right? We hit the mountain peak, we're going to climb back down, then we're going to go hit the mountain peak, then we're going to climb back down. But you got to be able to be quiet and just ride, be on the ride. Add more money, add more money. If market goes down, add more money. But stay disciplined, though. If you guys do want to take profit, I'm not saying don't take profit. Nobody can ever tell you not to take profit. So I'm riding this to $105 a share, and then I'm going to consider selling at 110, 115. But I really want to add more money. My goal is 5 shares. As soon as I hit that goal, we're going to move to 10 shares, okay? But on that journey, I just want to keep you guys updated. By the way, crazy month, okay? I'm up 30% just on my options this month, but as y'all can see, yeah, we've been making some decent money. I want to keep growing this account, keep growing my subscribers. Let's hit 500 subscribers. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you love love this analysis I made. I can get on the chart and show you guys some of the trends I see. In some ways, you can make quick money off of Uber day-to-day basis, right? This is just a long-term, mid-term hold, but you can make a lot of money trading options on this as well. Thank you guys for watching.